Migration.
Oh, thank you. Any other opinion?
Knowing when to say no, I guess that's what he's trying to pass.
All right, thank you for that. Thank you. So we go straight to the third one. This is the last one, trust me. This one, answer straight. Digital marketing.
Tech.
Tech. One more before we go.
Launch of world.
I think it's just talking about giving an information of their survey, their total survey and their total results in total about a particular product or something.
All right, thank you. Thank you for that. So not to make this much of a question and answer, I'll quickly explain the essence of all this. Okay, so I feel like if you see an ad or a poster like this, and it says, find your greatness, just do it. You can do it. Aspirational messages. People tend to quickly think about a brand called Nike. This is because over time, this is the same cohesive stories that they tell across board on all their items, on all their products, on their social media, their campaigns. You see them with aspirational message. So we already liken them to an aspirational brand. Like this is what they sell. Without necessary, this is Nike sell shoes, they sell fashion products. But in this, you're not seeing a shoe, you're not seeing like a store, you're not seeing other things that is telling you exact product that they're selling, but you already know what they stand for. That is what is called the heuristic effect. If you want to write it down, I want you to write it down. It is called the mental shortcut. So for people like this, I like the fact that people are able to talk about job, they're able to talk about career, they are able to talk about migration, Japa. So if you are the Japa type, when you see tweets from this guy, from this particular guy, you know that he's probably into migration, immigration consultancy and all. But instead of him just coming to you and saying that an immigration consultant, come and pay me for consultancy, come and do this, he kept informing you, giving you narratives that you can understand. Anyone who is interested in Japa will understand this kind of tweet. Understand this kind of tweet when you see it, and you'll be interested in his worldview because he's saying something that you can relate to. I'm talking about people that are very, very interested in, very, very into Japa. So his name is Tunde Omotoye. Maybe after this class, you can take your time to study, to check his timeline, to see some of his tweets. So this is like an account that has been telling us about investment finance. And if you're used to Instagram, you know Money Africa. Money Africa is popular and likened to a brand that teaches financial intelligence. They tell you about finances, tell you about investment, but they have products, they have services that they sell. The whole essence of all this is to tell you that as a personal brand, as a corporate brand, it is very, 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 very interesting for you to look at your audience worldview and create content, create stories that they can resonate with them, something that is relative to what they need or what they probably want at that point, at every point in time. So that is bringing us to the issue of empathy. As a brand, as people, as person, I see a lot of people at interviews. I see a lot of social media accounts where we just come online and post stuff and say, okay, I am a finance person, I am an events planner, I am this, I am that, without looking at what the audience or what your customers really want. With this exercise, I'm trying to bring your mind to the major objective of this particular masterclass. So the first thing is we are going to be talking about is how to define your unique brand differences and what your audience need, and how to craft a narrative that clearly communicates unique value proposition. And also, I'm going to be teaching us a storytelling framework that when we apply it, it's going to give us a template for our content strategy, a template for a lot of content that we want to pull out there in such a way that we create a clear and consistent message for all our audience on social media. So the first thing as a business, or the first thing as a personal brand, is for you to understand who your audience is. I say this all the time. A lot of us, we are starting small, and we usually don't have all the resources to understand the data, the analysis of who we are trying to speak with. We just start a business. Probably some of our friends, our families are already patronizing us, we're already doing stuff for them. But really, it is very important for you as an audience to understand who is your target audience. Like the story I was sharing with you the other time, when we started making the t-shirt, it was really expensive because most of the stuff we do were made in Lagos, and I school in Kano. If you know Bayer University in Kano, where considering the amount we used to transport it from Lagos to bring it to school to Kano, we figured that the prices for the t-shirt are even above the average, above what is obtainable in the school. So what do we do? We were trying to look at only few people that can afford the t-shirts. And doing that, we started selling to the campus artists, the campus comedian, the mega stars that we have at that point. So during that period, sometimes we may sell just 3 in a semester, we may sell just 5 in a semester. But what was different was that any shirts we had made for anybody during that session is always the only kind of shirts that you will find on anyone throughout that session. If you make another t-shirt, you keep that time it was this day, the whole of keep Africa, all this. If you know about the t-shirts, you will see different kind of people will make different copies. But if I made a shirt for you, be rest assured that you are having just that t-shirt. And that was what we figured that was what stood us out, because a lot of people were already saying that if you make a t-shirt from this guy, you are probably the only one that is going to be that owns that t-shirt. So we figured that has been like something that has differentiated us from the crowd. So instead of marketing to everybody, we decided that we will not market to everybody. We will be selling to the few people who can afford to pay our price. So then that was how we created a premium market. Moving forward, it becomes a challenge that you have to sell all these things in mass. I mean, you have to sell more. You have to produce a mass. You have to sell more copies of those t-shirts. So we needed to do something that we bring people, that will let people understand that this is a classic t-shirt. If you own a t-shirt, you are already in the level of these guys that are buying from us. So what did we do? We started investing in a campaign, started investing in storytelling that is telling you that we are the extraordinary clothing brand. And in doing that, we were empathetic enough to understand that the needs, the behavior of people, that what they want is that they all want to appear extraordinary. They all want to appear that they are classic, that this is what I'm doing. I'm wearing this. I'm doing this differently than others. So all our storytelling, all the things we do, we started sponsoring shows for comedians. We started sponsoring career seminars for social organizations like ISEC. If you know ISEC in school, we started sponsoring career programs, and we started sponsoring comedy shows, pushing the narrative that being ordinary is not enough, that you need to be extraordinary. With this, hello. Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you. So another thing that is important for brands and businesses is for us once you understand who you're selling to, which is your target audience, if you are into events management, are you selling to young people? Are you selling to old people? Are you selling to, you need to understand the particular demographics, the psychology, how do they think? What do they want? And what do they want to get from the event? Why are they organizing that event? Why did they want that event? Once you understand that, you need to be able to understand the key messages that you need to communicate to them in such a way that when they think about events, you come to their mind immediately. So the other part, or the last part, is that you need to tell your stories. As a business, as a brand, it is not enough for you to open a social media account and start posting your services. This is what I do. I sell, I buy clothes. I sell, I buy clothes. There are a lot of people selling and a lot of people buying clothes. You need to tell stories that resonate with your audience, the people you're trying to sell to. Get my point? There are a lot of people on social media now. When you see their posts, you already know what you're expecting. This thing is called the heuristic effect. So, and it is very important that we tell stories these days, because if you open your Instagram today, you'll see probably 1 million posts of different vendors. A lot of them are doing the same thing that you do. So it is very important that you tell your stories. Sometimes it is a story of how you started, but what resonates with people more, it is the narrative, what they can actually relate to. What they can relate to. There's one popular guy on social media, BOD. If you are conversant with Twitter, he always posts about a lot of things, a lot of rubbish. I don't like to use the word rubbish, but the fact that what he posts resonates with a lot of people, you will see people amplifying the post, people posting it on their WhatsApp, people posting it on their Instagram, people posting it because it is something they can relate to. And that is why it makes the message clear and consistent, that they know this is what we're expecting from this guy. There's another popular guy on social media who is always criticizing everybody. Do you know the name?
Daniel Rega.
God bless you. God bless you, Daniel Rega. Daniel Rega. When you see a post that is relative to criticizing somebody that you don't even know, your mind already goes to Daniel Rega. Okay, now that is talking about personal brand. So I'm quickly going to go to heuristics. So understanding heuristics, I want us to go deeper. Which of these two would you buy to drink water? Like if you see these two on the shelf in the shopping mall or at the market in the Dumota, which of these two would you buy to drink water? This is going to be like a live session. You can unmute your mic if you have answers.
Obviously.
Option A.
Option A?
Yes.
Great. Why option A?
It is the most comfortable item to contain water then.
Okay. But
Yes.
I think option B also can take water.
Option B looks shallow, and it can take a small amount of water, but it's going to fall off if you are not careful enough.
Okay. Any other opinion?
Okay. Option A as well.
Why option A?
Because it's actually a popular brand of what we were used to normally.
You said it's actually a popular brand for what you're used to normally. Okay. Then any other opinion?
So funny enough, we'll go with option B because it looks bigger.
It looks bigger. All right. All right. Is there any other option? Is there any other person?
Because we've been already given that orientation that a glass cup is what you drink water. Already.
Please, what's the name, please?
Lisa.
Lisa. Thank you, Lisa. Okay. Any other opinion?
Option B.
Option B. Why option B?
It looks wider, and if I was thirsty, I would go for that. I would think I'll get more flu from option B than A.
Option B, okay, because it looks bigger. Yeah. Thank you. So this is another one. Which of these two is the Red Cross logo?
D.
Option B.
Option B. Why B?
B is actually the logo that's popular enough. A looks more sort of.
A is small. I can't hear you clearly.
A is actually more religious. So
A is more religious. Okay. Okay. Another opinion.
Hello, please, if you're not speaking, please mute your mic.
Break the influence of Satan.
I don't get that.
Please, can you hear me? If you're not speaking, please mute your mic so that we can hear those that are speaking. So if you want to speak, just raise up your hand so that Moshood can point at you and you can speak instead of everybody's mic being unmuted. Thank you very much. So who was just speaking? You can carry on. Thank you.
Okay. Any other opinion? Wonderful. Can we have it?
Option A is the sign of the cross, but in red, and option B is the Red Cross sign.
All right. Thank you. What about this one? Which of these two is an apple?
They are both apples, though.
But which of these is an apple that comes to your mind?
Option A.
Option A, okay. Monsura, can we have it?
The A is the kind of apple that we eat, while the other apple is a product. Why sample B is the product sample?
The other apple is the product. A, okay. That makes sense. Thank you. Who else?
So some people are raising up their hands in the chat box.
Oh, okay.
I can see
Hassan.
Yeah, Hassan. I can see Miriam. Their hands have been up, but they raised up in the chat box.
Oh, let's have Miriam.
Good morning. Okay, so that hand came on in the previous picture, but then I can make comment on this. He said, which of these two is an apple? So A is the apple here. It's an apple.
About B.
The other is a logo to a brand. So A is the apple.
Okay. So Uzain, let's have Uzain, please.
Yes, good morning.
And Oluwa Nifemi, the last person here.
Good morning. So the A is the fruit, is an apple, while the second one is an icon logo.
All right, thank you. Let's have Oluwa Nifemi, the last round.
So let's be frank with ourselves here. If anybody mentions anything apple first, the first thing that will come to your mind is the product, not the fruit. You get? So
okay.
The apple, it's very, very reasonable. It depends on the what do we call the instance we are using the word apple. If you can give somebody money like 200 naira, please buy me an apple. You know it's the first one you're talking about. But please, I want apple products. You get, you know that okay, it's the apple products you're talking about. But sincerely speaking, if you are this tech type of person, anywhere you mention apple, the first thing that will come to your mind is the products. So that's just it. Same thing as the previous question about the cross and cross. Actually, the cross for this thing is the cross, the religious cross is the red cross. That red cross and the normal. So what actually differentiates them is because red cross is a brand itself. So it's very, very, you won't even think of Jesus Christ. Is that cross you think about? So thank you.
Yeah, that's impressive. Let's have Moromobo Adeyanju then we round it up here.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Well, they've answered the question, but still, the option A is the apple that we eat, while option B is a logo to a brand called with different products.
All right. Thank you. Thank you very much for that. So the reason why we are having this workshop is for us to first understand heuristic. When you hear the word heuristic, it's just a jargon, but the meaning is what it means really is, Mr. Oluwafemi, you can put down your hands. I think you made your contribution. So we have been programmed to understand that a cup, a glass is more suitable to drink water than a plate. Both of them can actually take water. So for Red Cross, both of them are actually Red Cross. But we have this mental shortcut that each time you see the option B, you already know that this is actually talking about the Red Cross Society or the Red Cross. You can even find it in other contexts. When you see a blue cross, you know this thing is relative to the medical line or something. So what we're trying to say here is heuristic. For Apple, I like the opinion of Oluwafemi that says B is the product. If you're having a conversation and I say, do you use an Apple? Your mind is already programmed to think about Apple products, the MacBook, the iPhone, the AirPods, the iPad, or any other product. This is because constantly, over time, they have built a brand that has this heuristic effect, that is the mental shortcut, that when you think about them, when you think about this product, this is what you think about. I have another one I'll be sharing now. So if we look at the top 20 brands in the world, because I like to use it from the world context and bring it down to Nigeria. If you look at the top 20 brands in the world, number one is the Apple, number two, Microsoft, Amazon. They are, over time, built something that has stuck in our mind, that whenever you see this Apple logo being beaten on the side, you'd already know that you're talking about Apple products. Amazon, for example, when you see a box with just the sign, just the mark, you already have an idea that it's an Amazon product. Coca-Cola, whenever you see a picture of people having fun at the side of a beach, people being happy, people smiling, you know, this is Coca-Cola. This is the Coke. Then Nike, whenever you see athletes, whenever you see quotes saying that you can beat the world, you can do this, you can do that, aspirational messages, then you know already that this is Nike. This is what they are built over time to be heuristic. And how do brands build these things? This is one funny one that I would like us to see. So if you're going on the street of Ikeja and you find a board like this that says food is ready, in your mind, what will you think? Let's take this fast so that we can move. Anyone want to provide an answer? When you see food is ready, what comes to your mind?
Mama puts.
God bless you.
Canteen.
Any other idea? So for me, if I'm going on the street and I see food is ready, you already understand that there is a canteen around that place.
Yeah.
This is what...
Sorry, just to interject. I know Badmus on the comment on the chat box said fast food. Badmus Damilola shared fast food in the chat box.
Oh, okay. Thank you, Badmus. Canteen, fast food. Yeah, we are all saying the same thing. Good, the canteen. Usually this is for canteen because it's telling you that the food is available, the food is ready. Yakoyo, God bless you. Allah will hear something. Yeah. So this the essence of sharing all this with you is to let you know that this is what we should aim for as a brand. This is another one.
Can anyone hear me? Please, if you can hear me, just say hi. Let me know if it's just Moshood's network or my network.
I can hear you.
You can hear you.
So can we move on? All right. So when you see the G logo, you already know that this is for Google because you have created a mental shortcut in your mind. This is what we all should aim for as a brand, as a people, as a person. Wherever you go, whatever you do, you want to create an heuristic effect that when people talk about a particular service or hello. So when people talk about a particular product, particular thing, a particular emotion, your mind, your brand comes to mind. I'm not saying this for only corporate brands. I'm saying it for startups. I'm saying it for personal brand. People, personal brand. You're looking for a job. You're looking for sponsorship. You are looking to get a contract. What you should aim at is building what is called a trust. After you are able to build the trust, you consistently, over time, tell a story that keeps you in the mind of people to say, whenever I think of a plumber, whenever I think of somebody fixing household stuff, you come to mind immediately. So I've written a lot of examples, but then we need to quickly go into the major metrics that we want to use. So the point is, how then do we fill our brands with something meaningful? How do we find and tell stories that connect with our audience in such a way that when we talk about, when they're in need, when they want to organize their parties, our brand comes to mind. When they buy a new car, our insurance company comes to mind. When they need financial knowledge, Money Africa comes to mind. When they are thinking of Japa, your brand comes to mind. When they are thinking of similar things that you do, your brand comes to mind. This is telling us that our brand needs to be built on a cohesive story. A cohesive story. Hi, Covenant, you want to say something?
No.
All right, thank you. Can you please use your mic? Thank you. So we want to, how do we fill our brand with something meaningful? How do we tell stories that connect really with our audience? So that brings us to the 12 by 34 storytelling framework. I'd like to give credit to Kehinde Balamosi, working with Kenny. Kenny is an international brand consultant based in the US. And one of the privilege that I've had over time, working with professionals, working with the GOATs, the people you know, the people you look up to, is what has influenced me in the whole brand storytelling, brand strategy adventure. And I give credit to Kehinde Balamosi for this particular framework. Learning this framework is beneficial to not just people, not just businesses, but for social media managers, for content creators that want to tell stories that resonate with audience in such a way that they connect with you immediately. And once they say anything that is very close to your brand. When people talk about unemployment, they want to be able to talk about wave. When people talk about happiness, they want to talk about Coca-Cola. When people talk about innovation, breaking the rules, they want to talk about Apple. When people talk about aspiration, when people talk about things that motivate them, when people talk about how to beat records, how talent is never enough, they want to talk about Nike. And that is what every brand, irrespective of what you do, should aim at. So for this exercise, like I said earlier, it's very important that you have 5 papers. I mean, 5 5 cardboards or papers. If you all have it, just signify in the chat box. You don't have to talk, just signify in the chat box so that we go deeply into it. So in some of my adventure, working in a manufacturing company, I understand that in complex system, there are differing opinions that affect business. If you are doing a business that you have to relate with suppliers, you have to relate with customers, you have to relate with employees, you have to relate with the community, it is very, very important for you to have a cohesive story that everyone understands in your organization. For me, I say to many businesses that I've worked with that regardless of your vision statement, your mission statement, or whatever you set out to achieve, if you're not telling the story that resonates with your employers, if you're not telling the story that with your employees, if you're not telling the story that resonates with your customers, if you're not telling stories that resonate with your investors, if you are not telling stories that the community you serve as an NGO, if you're an NGO, then there will be chaos in your system. As a social media person, if you come online today and you're talking about something different, you come online today and talking about something different, you come online today and something different, you are not making a mark, you're not making a build-up to what people can understand about your brand. So it is very, very important for us as business to be able to understand this framework in such a way that it helps people understand who you are, what you stand for, and why you do what you do. I've used this for a lot of businesses, and I get very, very astonishing credit for it, because once many businesses they say that this thing changed the whole game for them, because they begin to understand the kind of content that they need to pull out, the kind of things that they need to say to their audience, they also give them the opportunity to understand what they do as a business, what they do as a person. I'm also taking this down to personal brands, because as people, we all have something that we sell. We all have something to sell that somebody needs. There's nobody that is useless. You graduated with, you did sociology in school, you did this in school, you did that in school. There is somebody that needs your expertise, that needs your skill, that needs your knowledge, that needs what you have known. It is just that we are not empathetic enough to listen to people, to listen to the audience, to listen to who we want to talk to listen to who we want to connect with, to know exactly what they need. And once you're able to identify that need, that particular need, it does everything for you. So for me, any business I work on, or any project I work on, the first thing for me to do is to understand who this thing is serving, or who I want to serve. As a personal brand, or as somebody who is looking for a job, as somebody who is looking for a contract, you need to understand what is it that the person that you are trying to render their service, what is it that they need? It is not enough. You go to interviews and you see a lot of people come and say, my name is Moshood Ogunolu. I'm a brand strategist with 12 years experience in brand storytelling for manufacturing, for retail, for NGOs, and I've achieved over 200. The customers sometimes does not need all your bragging. The only thing they need you to connect with them is, how are you able to solve my problem? And once you understand that, you tend to lead a very fantastic conversation. That is why this is also important for people as personal brand for you. You're applying for a visa, for example, and you don't know what is expected of you. Those are the issues. Those are the big issues that we have. You are trying to raise funds for your startup, for example, and you go for an investment meeting. When you start talking about what you have done, who you are, and every other thing, without discussing in detail the problem you are trying to solve and the belief why you think this problem is worth solving. Without understanding the particular problem, what does this investor want? Is it just money? Or are you looking to attract investors that are interested in changing the society? The investors that are interested in investing in society, investors that are interested in investing in particular products. Everybody wants money, definitely. But for you to tell me that you are doing something of a greater cause makes it very, 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 very easy for us to communicate. If you're going for an interview and the interview says that this is an hospitality job, you need to express yourself in the best possible way to understand that this is what you do, and this is the problems that you feel that need solving. And you don't just do that, you do that by listening to them. So as a brand, for example, we'll take a manufacturing company that produces soap, for example. As a brand, you need to understand who needs your soap. Why do they need your soap? What are they fighting for that is making them need your cosmetic products? Is it they have what is called, is it that you want them to gain more confidence? Is it that you want them to improve their self-confidence, like I said? Is it that you want them to beat imposter syndrome? Is it that you want them to be able to be beautiful? Is it just their goal? Is it that you know that they want to express themselves in a better way? They want people to listen to them more. They want to change their outlook. You need to understand these things to create a particular brand story that you can use as a foundation for milking, that you start milking and developing your social media, your campaigns from. It works for a lot of people, and I hope it's going to work for you. So on the first sheet, I would like you to all write your storyboard 1 on it. I'm doing the same, and I want you all to do the same. For this exercise, I want you to look at your business, whatever you do. I want you to look at, I want to pick your business, pick it in your mind. You don't have to tell us. I want you to pick it in your mind. Whatever you do, you are an event planner. I've seen an event planner. You work in agribusiness, the man from Farm Lab. You work in finance, you work in insurance, I've seen people like that. I need you to pick your business and think in the next couple of minutes, what is the universe? I mean, what is the worldview of your audience, the people you're trying to connect? What is the current worldview of the people? I'm talking about the social, the technological, the environmental, the political, the financial. I will explain it further. If you're talking about the environmental, for example, if you're in a business of sustainability, waste to wealth, recycling, I want you to look at what is the current universe, what is the current state of the environment, what is the environmental factors, environmental environment of, what is the environment of your business? For example, people are saying climate action. We want to get rid of bioemission. Look at it, put it down as much as you can. Just as simple as it is. You run a tech company, for example. Tell us the worldview of technology that, okay, for example, now that technology has taken over everything, that you need technology for all kind of business. Political, look at, if it is political, just look at what your business is. What is the political factors affecting your business? What is the political factor influencing your business? I want us all to write it down and start sharing. You can switch on your mic to share it so that we have an idea of what we are sharing. So an example here is Black Lives Matters. You can look at it. This is a social environment, for example, in a world where people are advocating for emancipation of the Black people. People are advocating for Black Lives Matters. People are advocating for police brutality. If your business is around that space, once you finish doing this, please can you share? So if this is not clear, you can raise up your hand and let me know. I'll explain again. I want to use the Apple story as example. When Apple was framing their brand story, they said, here's to the crazy ones, the misfits, the rebels, the troublemakers, the round peg and the square hole, the ones who see things differently. They're saying from the beginning that Apple is for people that see things differently. They came at a time where people wanted change. People wanted, technology was actually developing. So the environment for that at that point is the technological shift, the shift in the .com, the new computers that are coming in. So if I write the universe for Apple as a product, I would say the shift or the rise in technology, introduction of smart computers. If you get my point, I need you to start sharing our storyboard.
So if I can get you very well, you said, what we have to write in our storyboard is just like, maybe like a brand name, you get, and what's actually explain your brand, right?
Not exactly. That's a good step actually. But the thing is, you don't have to tell us the name of your brand, but you can write it on top of your storyboard one. But what I want us to do is the environment. What environment? What does your business environment? What does it say? The example I gave was Apple. Apple came at a time where there is a shift or rise in technology, that people were changing into the .com boom, people were changing into computer, people were changing the introduction of smart computer. So storyboard one is just to talk about smart computers, the era of smart computers. For example, if you're into environmental sustainability, I mean waste to wealth, waste management, biogas elimination, anything that has to do with that. I think your universe should be around saying that business, your universe or your business environment is talking about the climate action. That is in a world where everyone is advocating for climate action. Do you get it now? If you are in a tech space, for example, I want you to come up with a narrative that says, in a world where technology defines everything, how you send your money, how you do this, how you do that. Do you get my point now? Sorry, is that clear now?
Okay. So basically, it's just like telling a story, just like a short story of that brand you get, like making, just like what you just say about Apple just now. Just like you are introducing just like you want to introduce your brand to them, and you're out telling a short story, right?
Yes. Just one line, just one line, just 3 words, 4 words, just 5 words, and say, okay, in a world where technology defines everything, in a world where Black people are struggling for their place.
Okay.
You get my point?
Yeah, I get you.
If you need me to clarify again, please just raise your hand. I will explain again. I want us to do this fast so that we can all look at it. Masura Shobolo, you can say something.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, ma.
Okay, so as an event planner, do you mean for me like the storyboard should be like, in a world where people are overwhelmed about their event planning, is that a good universe, customers universe?
Well, that is okay, but I think we can think deeply and look for a general universe, like a general problem that a lot of people are thinking about. Let's talk about celebration in a world where everyone wants to be celebrated, in a world where people are fighting for their attention. People want to be celebrated. People want to be honored. Do you get my point?
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, Moshood, I think I'm seeing somebody's hand in the chat box. Nene, she rose up her hand, so maybe Nene can come off mute to share.
Nene, please, yeah.
Good morning, Moshood. Thank you, Dara.
Good morning.
You said something that if you don't understand, you should raise up your hand. So sorry, I was meant to raise my hand here on the main thing, but I had to go to the message just not to interrupt. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what exactly you want me to explain again?
Okay, you said that if you don't understand exactly what you're trying to say, because for me, for my brand, I'm trying to figure out how I can come into this space and capture the particular scenario you are trying to project.
Okay.
And I'm not really getting. So I just want maybe you just go about it again and let me just really understand what you mean.
All right. I'll do that. So what we're doing now is we're trying to frame a brand story, like an original message, an original story for your brand in such a way that when you go out, people understand that this is why you do what you do. Like I said earlier, that people don't buy what you do exactly. They buy why you do it and what you do, what it does for them, the empathy part. So we are trying to look at how we can create stories, brand stories that resonate with our audience. So I asked that we have 5 markers or 1 marker and 5 papers where we use as independent different storyboard. The first one is the universe of your customers, universe of the people, of what you do, the current universe of your business. I mean, the narrative. What is the narrative? What is the current narrative? Then I made examples about technology. I said, if you are in tech, for example, you say, in a world where technology defines everything. I mean, we use technology to pay online.
I think I have something.
Okay.
Okay, thank you. Okay, now this is actually like I'm into fashion and beauty. So in a world where fashion stroke beauty are in vogue and can never be underestimated, this is to the fashionistas, the trend, the hopes, the present. Welcome to the Vogue Lounge, where beauty is our concern. That's all.
Oh, but that's great, but that is too long. I just want us
too
to
long, right?
Yes, just 2 words, 3 words, and say the
Okay,
word where your look interprets who you are. In a world where your look says it, in the world where you need to dress the part, in the world where people, you get my point?
Yeah, I get you. Yeah.
Someone's hand is up in the comments.
Can we have it? Can we have it?
Yes.
All right, thank you. While staying at home, I've learned email copywriting. So can I put it this way, that in a world where developed companies need people to write emails for them to make their work easy and marketing their products?
You are there, but you are a bit faster. The only thing I need at this point is just the universe. What is the current state? Just tell me that in a world where there is chaos, in the world where businesses are struggling, in a world where businesses are trying to communicate, in a world where businesses are trying to humanize their brand, in the world where businesses are trying to, you get my point? It's just the narrative. That's the only thing I need, the narrative. What is the narrative in your industry? What is the current universe in your industry? What does it say in sociologically, technologically, environmentally, politically, anyone, just pick any one of it. Socially, in a world where businesses are trying to humanize, businesses are trying to connect more as an individual. Did you get that part?
Yes.
You don't have to define everything. Just say in the world where businesses are trying, where there are a lot of businesses and businesses are trying to connect as human, like connect person to person, rather than all the corporate emails, all the corporate styles. You get my point? Just 2-3 words you can put it.
Okay, so what about this? In the world of beauty and fashion, let's bring out your beauty.
No, that's too long. That's too long.
It's too long.
Just the industry. Just the industry. I don't know. Just the narrative.
That's the narrative. Okay, beauty is our concern.
Okay, if that is it, we'll look at it later. That's fine. If you are all done with the
Jimo's hand is up.
Okay, let's have it.
Jimo Azizat, you can come online. You can come up on mute and speak if you have questions or if you want to share your.
Yeah, okay. I want to share mine. The words where your appearance speaks your creativity or your uniqueness. Can you?
Or in a world where everyone is struggling for an identity, in a world where everyone is struggling to be known, in a world where everybody is struggling in a world where everyone wants to be known. No, you get my point?
Yes. Okay.
Just few points. Just a few points. We get to there. I think a lot of people are taking this too far, and we will get to where you are going already.
No, okay. What I said, did you hear what I said?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Okay, I said the words where your appearance speaks your creativity or your uniqueness.
That's fine. Well. That's fine.
Okay, thank you.
Are we done with that? I think we are done. If you are done with that,
there are some people's hands that are still up.
Okay.
So Masura and
let's have it.
Oluwafemi, yeah.
After Masura, we have Jimo Azizat and Oluwafemi.
No, I think that was the one that just spoke now.
Okay. Let's
so
have
you
Masura.
can drop down your hand, okay.
In a world where technology defines security.
Oh, freeze up. Hello.
I think he said in a world where technology defines, is it security? Is it what you said, Monsura?
That's perfect. That's perfect. That's perfect. Just leave it like that. That's perfect. Mansura,
can we have welcome to the world of beauty and fashion?
You can do better. You can do better. You can do better. I mean, let's try again.
Oluwafemi's hand is still up.
Oluwafemi.
And Nene's hand is up in the chat box.
Let's have Mansura and Nene before we move on. Mansura.
People are starting to raise up their hands now.
Phillips, I see your message, but that is too specific. I want you to talk about the world view.
Nene, you can come off mute to speak. Oluwafemi, I can see your hand. I'm so sorry about my voice. Oluwafemi, I can see your hand. You can come off mute to speak. Okay, Nene, you can speak.
Okay. In a world where style tells who you are, your style tells who you are. I don't know.
In a world where style defines who you are?
In a world where style tells who you are.
That's enough. That's just enough. In a world where your style defines who you are, that's enough. That's perfect. Perfect. Let's have Mansura. Okay, let's have Badmos Dabilola so that we can move on.
Okay. In a world where shelter is necessary, is it short or a short?
That is too specific. I want us to think about the world view.
Okay. In a world where fashion cannot be replaced with nothing.
Okay, let's use data now. Let's say in a world where 80%, if you have a data, I don't have the data right now. If you have 80% of the population is houseless or does not have shelter, you get my point?
Yes.
Just that way. In a world where 80% of Nigerian population or 80% of the world does not have a place to live. You get my point?
Yes.
Yes, you can craft it, you can rewrite it, you can write it in a way that suits you, in a way that is emotional. But that is the point.
Okay.
Sorry, can I just add something? Like this is another space I'm looking at.
Okay.
Imagine a world without power. Is this something that makes sense?
Imagine a world without power. Okay.
Yes.
You can remove the imagine and say in a world without power.
Okay, thank you.
That's all right.
I can see Oluwafemi's hand. I don't know if
Oluwafemi, please, let's have it.
I put down here, I'm actually into automobile repair. So I now put down here, in a world where your car is technologically engineered. Does that make any?
The thing is, that is too specific. Just talk about the world view of cars, world view of automobiles. In a world where mobility is everything, in a world where people need to move from one place to another, in a world that is not static, in a moving world, in a world, just the basic, just basic. It doesn't have to be too much. We'll get there.
Okay, so just to assist you. Okay, you've spoken about Philip. Shurura, I hope I pronounced
Yes.
your name well, said, in a world where modesty is scarce, stay pretty. Okay, in a world where modesty is scarce, I think that would do.
That's okay. That's all right. That's all right.
Okay. I can see Uche's hand. After Uche, please, let's move on. I know that everybody wants to comment.
Let's move on. Let's move on. I think
Yes.
we are all done. Uche, let's have it.
Just before Uche goes, let me just read out Ejimi Anthony's point. He said, in a world where hunger is paramount.
Where
hunger is paramount. Yeah, that's what he shared.
Yeah, that's okay. That's all right.
Okay, Uche, you can go. Please, after Uche, our time.
Okay, so hi, good morning, everyone. Sorry I joined the meeting late. I'm actually a preschool Montessori teacher, and I am an SDG 4 advocate for quality education. So I was able to come up with this. In a world where children from underprivileged backgrounds are often neglected. Is that okay?
That's okay. That's perfect. Just leave it.
All right, thank you.
That's a good one. That's a good one. So let's just move to the next one. Okay. Can we all present our storyboard? Just show me. Just a minute. Just switch on your mic and show it to the screen like this.
Yes, so
Let's just show our storyboard. Let's show our storyboard. This is mine. Can we have others? In a world where technology connects, just stop it at in a world where technology connects. Leave the part that says it will help you build trust. Leave it.
Gus, we hope you're taking note. You mistakenly sent me a direct message, so I just posted it on the general group chat.
Philip, in a world where 70% of customers prefer videos to text, that is too specific. Just say in a world where visuals is everything, in a world where people are struggling with trust, in a world where people want to see, in a world where people want you to tell stories. I don't know. So let's go to the next. Let's go to the next storyboard. Are we ready? So the next storyboard is saying, what is the dramatic need of your character? What is the dramatic need of your audience? What do your customers need? What do they need at this point? The other part, I see a lot of people saying, putting a storyboard one is in ways that is already saying their audience problem, their customers problem. What I'm trying to say here is that you need to put it out. What is the dramatic need? If you're talking about police brutality, you say they want justice. If you talk about education, you can say people, they just want quality education. They just want someone to show up for them. In a world of injustice, you just want people to show up for them. Just the dramatic need of your audience. What is the dramatic need? You are an event planner. The dramatic need of your audience may be that people, they just want to be celebrated. They just want to be celebrated. They just want to carve an identity. They just want to belong to a certain group. All those things. Just look at your business, look at the business you have selected, and look at what is the dramatic need. What is like the serious need, the need that is paramount to them. Is it food? Is it hunger? Is it Samia Tokoya, in a world where people don't want to work hard or want to make money? That's still a storyboard one. I think that's fine as well. Where everyone wants money, in a world where everyone wants money. So what is the dramatic need of your character? Like, what is that thing that they need seriously? What is that thing that they need? Everyone wants to belong to an association. Everyone wants to be heard. Everyone wants their voice heard. In the world, your customers want their voice heard.
So Nene is raising up a hand in the chat box. I can see Gosu Edem. He shared Gosu, you're sending me a direct message. He said my customer needs trust. Can that help? Jimmy Anthony said in a world where police brutalizes the youths just want to be safe. Okay. So I can see that Nene's hand is up. Maybe she can just unmute her mic and go and share what she has with us so far.
No. I mean, the storyboard 2 is a separate storyboard, and just explain the dramatic need of your audience or who you are trying to speak with or your customers. E.g., they want to be celebrated. My customers want to be celebrated. My customers want to own a property. They just want to own a property. They just want a stressless way to own a property. They just want to live their life to the fullest. They just want to be identified with something. They just want to feel seen and heard. They just want to be able to move around the world. They just want the freedom to be able to do what they want to do. They want the freedom. They want happiness. They just want to be happy. In the world filled, that will be storyboard 1. In a world filled with too much sorrows, too much struggles, the dramatic need of your character can be, they just want the freedom. They just want to be happy, depending on what you do. Just look at the dramatic need, what they need naturally, and let's start presenting it.
Okay, my customers.
Okay, can I?
Sorry, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. We can hear you.
Okay. The dramatic need of my customers is quality and style.
Quality and style for what?
Okay, you did. I'm listening.
Yes, quality and you need to just explain what they need. What do you do? What do you do? Or what's the brand?
Okay, I'm into handmade footwears.
Handmade footwears. Okay. So what's your worldview? What's in your storyboard 1?
In a world where style defines who you are.
Good. In a world where style defines who you are, what do your customer want?
They want quality and style.
Where style defines who you are.
Let me say they want quality.
Okay, let's not get there. Let's just say, why don't we look at they want to let's say they want to identify with something. They want to what they really want, because that part that you're talking about is too specific. We just need to be able to say what is that thing that gives them the confidence. It's just not quality and style. Quality and style can be what you do, but what your customer wants. Why do they want to be stylish? What are they trying to achieve? What are they trying to achieve with being stylish? Are they trying to be part of a group? Are they trying to be seen by people as this kind of person? Are they trying to create an identity? Are they trying to create some self-confidence for themselves? Let's look along that line. I'm sorry how I pronounce the name, but this your storyboard 2 is really emotional for me, and I love it. But you need to shorten it. Just say, customer needs a friend, someone to confide in. You can remove the part that says and to be identified with the brand. I think it's emotional for me that the customer, they need a friend. Just say they need a friend, someone to confide in.
Okay, thank you, Moshood. Azizat's hand is up. Philip has dropped a
Let's have
comment.
it. Let's have it.
Okay.
They want to be identified as unique.
Why do they want to be identified as unique?
Well, my storyboard one says that the words where appearance speaks your creativity and uniqueness.
Okay.
So they want something different than what every other person has.
But there has to be a reason. There has to be a need. What need? You know, Maslow's hierarchy and the differentiation between needs and wants. What do they really need? What is that thing that they need? Because that part you are talking about, you're already going to the other storyboard, another storyboard. But you just need to first identify what is that thing that they need.
Okay, they want to be beautified.
Well, that's also nice. You can write that down.
Okay.
Write it down.
Okay, so Moshe, can I help you read out some people's need that they dropped in the chat box?
Yes, I'm seeing Philip here.
Yes, Philip dropped, but some people dropped earlier. I can see what's it called? Moru Mobi said business checkups or companies want to excel in what they do. Sandra also shared the need to be seen, known, liked, and trusted. That's what Sandra shared. For
Yes,
Philip,
companies want to excel in what they do, Mubo.
Yes. Then Philip, he said, in a world where visuals is everything, where people want to see visually how things work. For
Okay.
Badmus, he said, in a world where fashion is necessary, they want to be responsible.
Okay. They want
there
to
are
be
three.
responsible. Badmus.
Yes,
That is storyboard
yes.
1 and 2.
That's Damilola. Yes, she shared her story 1 and 2.
Okay.
Lisa's hand is up, and Oluwa and Oluwa Nifemi. So Aziza has already gone. Aziza, you can drop down your hand now. Let's hear Lisa and Nifemi. Monsura just okay.
Yeah. So what if I say where your style makes you stand out in the crowd?
Sorry, what's the name?
Lisa.
Lisa.
Yeah.
That is storyboard 1 or 2.
2, storyboard 2.
No, storyboard 2 should explain the dramatic need of your character. Like, what do they need? Or they want to be associated with a particular group. They want to develop their self-confidence. They want to be able to approach anybody. They want to be confident in themselves. You get my point? I'm just raising suggestions.
Storyboard 1, I wrote in a world where fashion speaks confidence.
Good. In a world where fashion speaks confidence, dramatic need is that they want to be confident enough to fulfill their potentials. They want to be confident enough to achieve their goals. You get my point?
Okay. Thank you.
Just something along that line. I'm just giving you options. Yeah, you can be more creative.
Okay, thank you.
Good.
So as for me, my board 1. Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Surya, I'm coming back to you.
So my board 1 is in a world without beauty. Then board 2, let's bring out the beauty in you.
In a world without beauty.
Yeah.
Wow.
Or in a world with less beauty. Let's bring out the beauty in you.
Wow. Okay, leave it like that. We'll address it later. I think it's okay. Okay. So for Surya, I said, what's your storyboard 1, Surya? You see, the thing with this framework is that your storyboard 1 leads you to storyboard 2. Then there's a dramatic change in storyboard X before we get to 3. So when you're talking about the narrative of your audience or the narrative, who you think you are sent to, you should be able to back it down and say, this is who I am sent to. This is what they need. And it doesn't have to be something big. It has to be a need, basic need, human need, food, shelter. They want to feel seen and heard. They want to get justice. They want to be free. They want to be confident in their skin. They want to be able to do anything with other people. They want to be seen as equal. It should be like that. We'll get to the specific. So you don't overthink it.
Okay, Mr. Moshood, can I say something?
Yeah.
Okay, that's my but too, right? My customers want elegance.
Elegance. Why do they want elegance?
Class and elegance.
Why do they want elegance? Is it because they want to be seen as different? Is it because they want to be a part of a community? Is it because they want to improve their self-confidence? Is it because they want to achieve a particular goal? Why do they want? Is it because they want to be seen as rich? Is it because they want to, just the need has to be just basic need. It doesn't have to be very specific. We'll get there where you will be telling us why you are doing what you do. Surah, in a world where modesty is scarce, that is enough. Remove the stay pretty regardless for storyboard 1. Storyboard 2, they want to look presentable. They want to look modest. They want to fit into the fashion world. I think that's also all right. It can be better, but that's also all right. So, Mansura, let's have it.
Okay. Thank you, Moshood. I really appreciate it. Okay, so for my storyboard 1, in a world where everyone wants to be celebrated, because I'm an event planner.
Okay.
So my storyboard 1 says that in a world where my clients or the people they are celebrating, everybody wants to be celebrated. Why my storyboard 2 says that people just want to be appreciated for their efforts.
I would say that they want to be celebrated should be your storyboard 2. While your storyboard 1 should talk about the worldview. In a world where people are fighting for their right place, in a world where a lot of people, where a lot of change makers go unnoticed, in a world where a lot of where people do something and go unnoticed, something like that, then your storyboard 2 should talk about people just want to be celebrated. Let's look at it from that angle as well. You can adjust it. So because of time, I'll quickly go to storyboard X. I hope we have also all written that. So for Apple, let me give you an example here. For Apple, at the point when they launched the Macintosh, what we have that time was the big system. I don't know what they call it. Is it mainframe or is it the mainframe system where we have a system? And people want a system that is as portable as possible, something that you can have a use to it. And that was exactly what they introduced. So at that point, people want something different. People want something flexible. The change makers. At that point, people want a change. People want something different. People want accessibility. People want ordinary people. Crazy people just want to own a system. They just want something that serves them and not so big. They just want something to change. That was the time. That was how Apple framed their own story. So look at it. It's just the need, the basic need that people need, your customers need. I'll give you examples when we finish so that after the exercise, we can also go home and try it again. I will accept emails. I will accept after this thing, then we can all structure it together. But I just wanted to have a knowledge of it. So the next part, people have started presenting their storyboard 2. Storyboard 2, I think we are done with that. Let's now go to the storyboard 3, which is the storyboard X, sorry. Storyboard X is like the middle. What is in the middle? You have been able to identify the worldview of who you are sent to, how the world has been. And you have been able to understand or identify their particular need. Let me say something here. Sometimes as we are starting our businesses, we started it with passion, with what we have passion for. But along the line, we figured that customers are trooping to us because of a particular need. And you can use data to understand this. You can also use questions, asking questions. You can also use your instinct to understand that this is why people are coming to you, or this is why people are coming. With that, you'll be able to write out what you think that your customer needs, or what you have figured that your customer needs. That will also help your storyboard 1 and storyboard 2. But the X should tell us what is standing in their way. What is in between them? What is staying them? What is the obstacle that is affecting them, that is deterring them from achieving that need that you have pointed in storyboard 2? Why can't they get that? Why can't they get freedom? Why can't they get justice? Why can't they be celebrated? Why don't they have the self-confidence? Is it social inequality? Is it racism? White to black? The dichotomy, the differences between people saying you are white and black? Is it rich people? Is it greedy politicians that are coming between your audience, your target market, from achieving the goal of education, from achieving the goal of business sustainability? Is it corporate greed? Is it tax that is affecting their business? Is it climate change? Is it imposter syndrome? Like the people that were saying something about self-confidence. Is it imposter syndrome that is in between your audience and what they're trying to, their needs? This is about storyboard X. I want us to start thinking and think about what we can do. Okay. So what we can write, I want us to write something. I'm doing mine now.
Sorry, are you saying you should identify the standing block and input it in our write-up?
Yes, it should be your storyboard X. That's your thought storyboard X.
Okay.
So you can start writing it as soon as you are done. It can just be 2 lines. It cannot be 2 words. It can just be 3 words. Rich people, greedy politicians, corporate greed, system failure. So once you're done with it, I want you to start presenting it so that we can discuss it before we move on.
Okay, Moshood.
Yes.
For me, I have I don't know if I'm in line, but I trust that you guide me. But for now, what I understand from this board X, I have to say foreign brands and bad previous experiences. These are
foreign brands?
Yes, foreign brands, yes.
Okay, foreign brand.
Yes, you said the things that are standing in the way of me and my clients.
Yes, let's take your storyboard 1 and 2 together again.
Okay. In a world where your style defines who you are, customers want to be. Okay, we didn't finish up with that for me. Customers want to be confident. I wrote confident, attractive, fashionable. These are some of my.
Storyboard 1, in a world where your style defines who you are.
Where style defines who you are.
That is storyboard 1.
Customers want to be confident, attractive, fashionable.
2, your customers want to be confident. They want to be attractive. They want to be
fashionable. Those are options, yeah.
Okay, what is now standing within that space? From what is standing between them to achieving that dream, between them and their goal?
I told you I have options of the trust for locally made products, they feel it's a problem for them.
Okay, trust
because
for
of their bad experiences.
okay,
And then foreign brands.
foreign brand. That's all right. That's all right. Okay. Who's going next?
Me?
All right, sir.
Okay. I said, in the world of less beauty, let's bring out the beauty in you, irrespective of your body nature or irrespective of the nature of your body.
What is it you do? What's your brand?
Yeah, I deal with haircut, makeup, edging,
Makeup,
fashion,
makeup.
fashion, dress, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fashion. So, what's your storyboard one?
In a world of less beauty.
In a world of
beauty, let's bring out the beauty in you, irrespective of your body nature or irrespective of the nature of your body.
I think you need to do something to your storyboard one. Just state the nature. In a world where your appearance defines it, in a world where you are in a world where your appearance defines it, in a world where people are trying to, in a world where everyone is trying to be known, in a world where everybody is trying to be different, in a world where everybody is trying to maintain something, in a world where
why don't you just say something like this? In a world of much attraction, let's bring out the beauty in you, irrespective of your body nature.
That's just too much. Don't overthink it. Just simplify it. What is the narrative?
Okay. Okay.
Don't overthink it. Just don't overthink it. Don't overthink it.
Okay.
Just the basic. Just the basic. Then we address it.
But is my line but 2 and X okay?
Yeah, it's close to it, but it can be better. You can still do it. You can still do it again because we'll take it all, then we'll do some adjustments.
Okay.
So I have Masura.
Thank you so much, Moshood. I really appreciate. For my story, I've told about my storyboard 1 and 2. So for the storyboard X, what is standing in their way is their budget, their financial capability to celebrate their loved ones. So how can I put that in the context?
Just write budget.
Budget. Thank you.
Budget. Okay, good. All right. Who's next? Who's going next?
Me.
Okay, let's have it.
My storyboard 1 says a world where companies thrive in media. Storyboard 2, businesses/companies want to excel in what they do. And storyboard X, ignorance or mismanagement for businesses and companies.
Okay. I think that is good, but I'll just point out some few things for your storyboard 1. And just tell us that it's a media world. Like in a world where everything is in the media, in the social media world, it's a social media world. You get my point? Hello?
Yes, I get it.
In a social media world, you can just say internet 2.0. You can say internet 3.0. You can talk about this modern day of apps. This modern day of email marketing is a social media world. That's already explained the narrative that it's a new world where social media, where communication is integrated, or just say it's a media world, it's an integrated world. That is for storyboard 1, the narrative. Then let's take your storyboard 2 again. This is interesting.
Businesses/companies want to excel in what they do.
Let's say businesses want to be seen and add correctly. Yeah, they want to be seen and heard. They're trying to paint a picture. Are you writing that down?
Yes.
It's just an opinion, though. You can refine it, you can make it better. But I'm saying you should think along this line, that it's a media world where internet defines everything, where technology defines everything. Businesses want to be seen and heard. Businesses want to connect with their customers in new ways. You get my point? Or businesses are exploring new ways to connect with their customers. That's fine.
Right.
Or people just say businesses want connection.
Okay.
Do you get that?
Yes.
Because you see, the thing about this thing is that don't overthink it. Just take the basic. Once you are able to come out with a cohesive story, you can expand it as much as you like. And everything will still boil down to your brand story.
Okay.
You get my point?
Yes.
So if you are specific, you are depriving yourself the opportunity of milking it further. Because regardless of all these things that you have stated, there is still deeper meanings that people read to it. And you want to address those deeper meanings in your communications with them, in your narrative, in the way you talk, in the way you approach them. Here you get my point. Yes. So it is always good to leave it as basic as possible. It's a background, it's a brand story. When Coca-Cola is, for example, when Coca-Cola is making the advert, you will see a lot of talking about happiness, talking about joy. They have positioned themselves as a brand that want to create happiness for people, want people to have a sense of association. The problem there is that they feel that the people they are sent to are people who are trying to be happy, who are trying to be in an association. So who are trying to be associated with something, who are trying to be happy. So that's why you will see Coca-Cola adverts. They will do stuff like you see people in a beach with a cooler and they will say share happiness. You will see this. They are consistently telling you that it is that happiness that we are bringing to our people. Apple is telling us every day that they have made their product for the crazy ones, the smart ones. That everyone wants something different. Their customers want something different. They want a revolution. They want something different. They want something. When the world is about technology, we are in the technology world, for example, then Apple came at a time where people want something different, where people want innovations, where people want different technology that can solve problems. And Apple is saying that because this is what our customer wants, and what is staying between them and their goal and what they want is the whole system. That's why you will see Apple advert where you see someone wearing a suit and just a young person wearing a shorts, wearing a shirt and probably a turtleneck, telling you that I can do all these things that you have bastardized or you have hyped so much because you're wearing a shirt, because you're wearing a tie. I can do more than that. They're trying to bring a revolution. They're trying to say that in a world where people need something different, our customers need something that portrays us as being smart, something that is different from the pack, something that is revolutionary, something that is, they just want innovation. Get my point? And what is standing between them is maybe the conservative nature of things, like you are making the same system and you are improving it, you're improving. Are you not thinking about new things? And that is today why you see Apple has different products, different innovative products. And when they release a new Apple product, you will see there's always a new feature. It's because both employers, both the business, both customers understand that something new is always going to come from these people. You get my point? Let's look at Nike, for example. Nike, when they came there, Nike is always doing their heart in such a way that you believe that you will feel motivated, even if you're in sports, if you're not in sports, whatever you do, if you're trying to get your fitness, if you're trying to do all those things, they know that what is between you and wanting to stay fit within you and wanting to achieve your goal is imposter syndrome, is you lack motivation, is this, and all those things. And that's why their advert is always, the storytelling is always across aspiration, you achieving your goal, trying to let you understand that all these things are achievable. You get my point? And they don't necessarily just put a shoe in front of you and say, this is a Nike shoe. Sometimes you don't even need to see a shoe. You don't even need to see anything. But the fact that this is a message that they have been consistent with in different form, you'll be able to make from the original stories in different form. If you get my point, I think we are done with that. Let's hear other people's storyboard X.
Thank you.
Yeah, welcome. I think that is clear a bit.
Yeah, hello.
Yes, I'm listening. I'm here.
Mine is budget and also trust issue. Can trust issue be an issue? Can it be a storyboard X?
Trust. Okay.
Yes, it can be a storyboard X.
Yes, it can be. It can be.
Okay. Thank you. Okay, sorry about that. I want you to listen to my storyboard 1 and 2, then see if the X is okay. Okay, the storyboard 1 is in the words where your appearance gives your identity.
I don't get that.
In the words where your appearance gives you identity.
Okay.
Then this other one, the storyboard 2 is they want to be identified.
Okay. Let's say they want to stand out.
Okay, they want to stand out. Okay.
From the park. Or let's say in the world where everyone is the same, they want to stand out from the park. So what about your storyboard X?
Trust issue.
Trust issues. Okay, that's all right. That's also all right. Great. So do we have any more, or we should just go straight to our storyboard 3? Please get your paper for storyboard 3. We need to be as fast as we can so that we can meet up with the time. I think we are adding some. For storyboard 3, this is the storyboard where you bring in the fairy godmother, like your intervention story. Storyboard 3 is telling you about how do you show up as a brand, how do you show up for your audience? You have been able to identify their worldview, what they truly want, what is standing between them. I've seen Badmus Damilola, he said in the world where fashion is necessary. Can you make that more emotional? I think that's just basic. They want to be responsible, financial constraints, as board X, I think that's okay. That's okay, but the storyboard 1 you can still be adjusted. So for storyboard 3 is like an intervention story. Like, how do you show up for your brand? How do you show up for your customer? Sorry. Ideas. I need you to write ideas. Yeah. People are still on storyboard X. So Philip said lack of resources and budget to hire a video editor to create engaging content. I think that's okay. For storyboard 3, you see, should talk basically about your brand, the services you provide. Having understood, the narrative of your audience, who you are trying to speak with, and I mean, what is their dramatic need, and what the problem is for storyboard X. Here you come to tell us, how are you showing up for them? Are you showing up as a friend? Are you showing up as a confidant? Are you showing up as, how are you showing up for them? By providing them with products, innovations that solves the storyboard X. I think that should be the thinking line. That's what you should be thinking about. It is this same space. You need to think about archetype, the energy, how you intend to approach it, to approach your clients, to approach your customers. Here, do you know anything about archetype? Is there anyone that knows anything about archetype that can explain an archetype for us? So I'm expecting storyboard 3 from you guys.
Creativity.
So for storyboard 3, another thing we need to know is that the archetype. For Apple, for example, Apple came in. The Apple came in with the outlaw archetype. And if you look at it, what outlaw means is that ready to shatter the ceiling, ready to bring a revolution. That is the energy they came with. So if you are thinking along storyboard 3, you think about how you intend to show up for your customers. Are you showing up as a revolutionary? Are you showing up as a creator? Are you showing up? There are different kind of archetype. Look at it from what you're trying to solve, the problem you're trying to solve for your customer. So I want us to start having our storyboard 3 right now, and how you intend to show up for your customer. No, archetype defines the tone of voice. Archetype defines how you approach it, how you approach your customers. Archetype defines how you speak with them. For example, the Apple, they came in as an outlaw, like with the spirit of, we want to shatter the ceiling. We want to bring new things. We want to create revolution. We are revolutionary. Some archetype can be creator archetype. Like we want to create, we are just creators. Some archetype can be as mild as rebels. We are just rebels. We want to do things differently. Your archetype can be rebels, like we want to do things differently. Your archetype can be a creator, like we want to create a new, want to invent something new. So I see that everyone is silent. So let's start having it. Let's start having it. How do you intend to show up for your brand so that we can look at it together?
My hand is up, Moshood.
Oh, okay.
Okay, how I intend to show up for my customer is my creativity. I bring innovative ideas and creative solutions to them. So this helps them in creating unique memories for their events. Am I on track?
Can we have your first, second, and the X storyboard to see if the story is adding up?
Okay, I will. I'll do that right away. Should I type it, or I can say it right now?
You can say it right now. Just say it right now.
Okay, so my storyboard 1 is in a world where people go unnoticed. While for my storyboard 2, everybody wants to be celebrated.
Okay.
For my storyboard 3, what is standing in their way is their budget, their financial constraint. It's not making them achieve those goals. So what I bring to the table for my storyboard 3 is my creativity.
Wait, for your storyboard X.
Yes.
For example, apart from financial constraints, look for another thing that is standing between the audience from achieving what they need or what they want.
Maybe they don't have the time. Some of them don't have the time.
Time is one. Time is one. Busy people, they just need someone to take care of those things for them.
Yes.
Okay, so how do you show up for them?
Okay, I show up for them in terms of my creativity.
Well, okay, with creativity.
Yes, stress management. Like I take the stress of them in helping them planning a smooth event.
Okay, that's what you do basically.
Yes.
Yeah. So I want you to look at it. What is like the benefits of what you do to them, what you do for them? Like, you show up as a friend.
Yes, I show up as a friend.
As a friend, helping
Yes.
them to be celebrated, helping them to create joy, helping them to create the joy, helping them to feel celebrated, helping them with those things that help them feel appreciated. Look along that line.
Okay. Thank you.
So let's quickly go to storyboard 4 so that I can tie all the story together. Then we can look at the ones that we have. There is a particular story that I like. The lady that talked about the social media world. If you are still here, can you present your storyboard X? The lady that said businesses are trying to be seen and heard.
Okay. Thank you.
Yes.
But X, I said ignorance, mismanagement for businesses and companies.
Okay.
And there's
mismanagement.
Can I go on?
Yes, you can go on.
Storyboard 3, I said, I show up as a friend to help solve their problems through email copywriting.
Help them feel sane. Help them feel or help them tell their story.
Okay.
In ways that connects with their customers.
Okay.
Help them provide clarity. Are you listening?
Yes.
I think with that part, when you are there already, you already should be looking at several things that you can be for your clients. If you get your storyboard 1, 2, and X very, very correctly. I mean, when you get to storyboard 3, you should be already thinking about several things that your brand can be. You said in the world where social media or internet or technology is everything, business want to be seen and heard.
Yes.
Yes. And 3, for X, you said ignorance, mismanagement. Are the reasons why they are not being seen and heard. You can still develop that better. But when you get to storyboard 3, you should be thinking about a lot of things that you can be to your customers, like saying, helping them feel seen. That is, you can help them get the attention they want from the media. That means you can be a PR person. You can help them tell their stories in ways that connect with their audience. You can help them manage their connections. I mean, you can help them manage relationships. Get my point?
Yes.
So at that third level, already you have a lot of things that your brand can be. So you should be thinking about all those things and be bringing them out as they come. So if you get that right, I think a lot of people are dropping off right now, so we need to quickly round up. But I think that is helpful. If that is helpful, I can drop my email address, then we can maybe do this together sometime. But you are really on the track. You are really on the track.
All right. Thank you.
Good. So let's
Sorry,
go to story.
for me, I follow for my network went bad. I could not get board.
Sorry about that. Sorry about that. We can decide to take this further sometime soon.
All right.
But this is really important for all brands. So number 4, the number 4 is the purpose told story. If you are able to understand your storyboard 1, 2, X, and 3, the storyboard 4 should wrap everything together. Storyboard 4 should wrap everything, all of what you have said. I mean, the narrative, your audience, the problem, and the solution. should wrap everything together. So for storyboard 4, you should be able to connect all the dots. Like in a world where internet or where technology is everything, businesses want to be seen and heard. They want to tell their stories. They want to paint a picture. But what is standing between them? You said ignorance, mismanagement. Is what is standing between them. Then as a brand, you said you are showing up for them to help them feel seen and heard. True, you need to explain what you do there. Then help them tell their story in such a way that it connects, it shows empathy, it shows, it connects strictly, it's worked very well on a deeper level with their audience. Then 4, you can wrap it up and say, because everyone deserves the right, or everyone deserves to achieve their full potentials or to tell their stories. Everyone deserves to tell their story. Everyone deserves, or every business deserves to connect with their audience. Look at it from that perspective, then we can also look at it together. So when you are telling that kind of story, you say, in a world where internet is everything, businesses want to connect, they want to be seen and heard. They are trying to paint a picture. But ignorance, mismanagement, and all sorts is standing in the way. As a business, I'm trying out my business show up to them to help them feel seen and heard, to help them tell their stories in ways that connect. My business comes to create connection between their audience. Then the 4th one, you go and say, because every business deserves to be seen and heard in the way they should be seen. Everyone deserves to be seen and heard the way they want to be seen. Or everyone deserves to be seen the way they want to be seen. Everyone deserves to be heard. You get my point? Because this is a point where you need to understand that people connect with your brand because you are able to define why you are doing that thing, the universal thing that is making you do that thing. Because you feel like no child should ever go to bed hungry. If you are in NGO doing anything about poverty, you can say, because no child should ever go to bed hungry. Once you put this as a payoff, it will give you ideas of campaigns that you need to go through, your content on social media and every other thing that you do in marketing. So for the last one, another one says, because everyone can become their best self if they try. This message already resonates with a lot of people. When you say because everyone can become their best self if they just try. Another one is saying that because impossibility is nothing. I'll be doing a favor for three members on this platform. I know Idara can pick on. We will design your brand story. We'll craft your brand story together. Then maybe we can share it, I don't know, in a group if we have the email addresses of everyone, because we are really out of time. And I don't know why we are able to exhaust the time, because a lot of people are leaving right now. But I will leave you. Then I can also leave this particular slide with you so that you can study it later on and possibly refine your story. I'm always available. You can contact me through either or the people at Wave. I think this masterclass needs to be more than 2 hours for us to be able to get all the information that we need from it, because I can see a lot of people are going because of their time.
Okay,
so,
thank
but
you
it's very
much.
important if you can have just the 2 minutes or 3 minutes to listen to the full stories. I mean, bring all the stories together. 1 or 2 brands should come up and say, okay, from storyboard 1, 2, X, 3, and 4, this is what I have. Let us see if your story is coming up together. Can we do that?
Okay, so Moshe, just to reiterate what you said, is it that you want at least 2 people to come up and share, their story 1, 2, 3, and 4 to see if everything is aligned? Is it what you're asking?
Correct. That's correct.
Okay, so before people start raising up their hand, I know that Mosera I can see your hand raised. before you go, just to speak to what he has said and to make it simplified, if you check the chat box, I've been, dropping feedback form in the chat box. So first of all, we want your feedback, and second of all is to allow us share, or it helps us share this slide and the recording of this particular session in case you want to go back to look at it, or if you want to share to friends to help upskill them in their personal branding or business branding. And this way, if you fill this feedback form as well, it helps you be reachable. So just like how Moshood has shared, he's going to be willing to assist 2 to 3 people to be able to share their brand story. I am Moshood will talk about, how we want to pick those that would how I want to pick those that he would help help with their branding story. Maybe those people that were most active in class. I don't know how we are going to do, but please don't forget to fill the feedback form. It is very important. So Damilola, you can go while we have to wait for others to share their story. Just 2 people. I saw Damilola and Musera's hand up. Okay. So Damilola, go. Then after Damilola, Muserat, and then we can now move on from this. Thank you very much. Okay. You can unmute your mic now and speak.
Okay, thank you very much.
Okay.
Yeah, for my storyboard 1, you said I should rephrase it from in a world where fashion is necessary. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Yes, in a world where fashion is necessary, you said I should rephrase it.
Yes.
Okay, should
What
I,
did you come up
should
with?
I,
Yeah.
what did you say?
What did you come up with?
Yeah, in a world where fashion cannot be undermined, is that one okay?
That's fine. That's okay.
Okay. Then the storyboard 2, they want to be responsible.
Okay. They want to be responsible.
Yes.
Responsible for what?
We're
You see,
responsible in taking good care of their look, in being after their look.
okay. That's all right.
Okay. Then the storyboard X, financial constraints.
Financial constraints.
Yeah, is it okay?
Usually I do not like to say financial constraints. You have a business, for example, and the essence of a business is to make profit. If you say financial constraints, are you trying to show up as an NGO or a brand that help them get thrifts, that help them get alternative clothing for free?
No.
So when you say financial constraints, you should talk about, probably you are saying that budgets, that people want to appear fashionable, maybe on a budget. People want to appear confident without exhausting their budgets.
Okay, yes, budgets.
So that should be around it, yes.
Okay.
Then how do you show up
budget.
for them?
As a friend.
A friend doing what?
Yes. As a friend to help them with the needs of material.
Okay. Help it how?
Yeah, like I'm into knitting. So in the fashion industry, we know about Ankara, lace, suits when it comes to the office wear, but the people don't really know much about knitting. They don't know much about how to make use of wool in wearing wool as another wears. So I can come in with that to help them to change their mentality in wearing it with their shirts to office. Schools to organizations too. So I can come in as a friend.
Okay.
In that aspect.
The thing is, that is a current need. In the future, things may change. So it has to be a general idea. So because of time, what I would do is I will let you leave your email address with Idara. Then after the class, we can find a time and rewrite these things, we need to first learn about your business, what you're trying to achieve, how you're trying to show up with them. Then we come up with a story. I'm pretty sure you're on the right track. It's just that we just need to look at it more creatively. I mean, understand the business. Yeah, I think you are really on the right track.
Okay, thank you very much.
So did you share? You didn't share your last story.
The last one, I said because everyone needs to be clothed.
Okay, I will leave it with you. It's fine. All you just needed to do is redefine it, rewrite it as they come. Then we can talk about this later.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Then we have one more, and then that's it.
So Monsura. Sorry. Yes, so as Monsura is going, so Moshood, can you like drop your email address, or your LinkedIn handle self, where they can easily access you if they have any questions, they have any follow-up questions to this session.
Okay.
So maybe yes. So as Monsura is about going, you can just quickly drop your Instagram, your email address, or whatever.
It's just my name at gmail.com.
Okay, just drop it so that they don't make any mistake.
I'll do that.
Okay. So Monsurat, you can go now.
Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much for the opportunity. Thank you, Moshood. Really appreciate the session. This is mind-blowing and an eye-opener for me, precisely because I'm more particular about my content creation. Thank you so much. Okay, so for my storyboard, in a world where people go unnoticed, people want to be celebrated. But due to their busy schedule, we take the stress off them by showing up as their best friend in helping them to be celebrated, because everyone deserves to be celebrated. That
sounds nice. That sounds really nice. That is really nice. I like that. I will share my email right here. I'll get in touch with you. Then we can refine it again, and you see how it goes from there. I think you are really on the right track because you have a story to tell already. With this kind of story, you are able to communicate the same thing to your employees, people that work for you. That's the major goal of what we do here is to make sure that our clients get celebrated, our clients get appreciated. So you see, all this kind of stories, when they are weaved cohesively, it's such a way that it takes care of everything. It takes care of the people that work for you. It takes care of the people that you want to speak with. It takes care of what you do. It gives you idea of what you need to do, other things, that innovations that you can bring in to get people to celebrate people in such a way that they feel appreciated. So you get my point? I think you are really on track. And if we fine tune it in maybe in another way, you can really get a brand substance, a substance that you can develop all your social media content, all your engagement on, and you will be able to have different ideas for content creation. Yeah, I think this is really nice. Let's have a look at Femi. I think I have Damilola, I have Mansura, and I don't know, the lady with the social story. Are saying the world is the social world. In the social world, I think I need an email address as well. We can work together. We can do this together. Yes, I think I have 3 people already. I'll also drop my email. The ones I can attend to, I promise to do it. I promise to attend to it.
Okay, so what are their names so that I can just call their names out so that they know?
We have Damilola, we have Mansura, and
okay.
I can't remember the name of the lady that is into. I said it's a media world. It's a social media world. Oh, that's
people are putting me aside there. Sorry, I quickly cut him. Sorry. As I said earlier, I follow up at that paper X you get. So maybe I don't know, maybe I'll still be having some one-on-one conversation with you later.
Okay, please add Oluwafemi to the list.
Okay.
Me too.
Okay,
so
so
the lady with the handmade footwear.
Okay, so you know what? That's why he dropped his email, or that's why Moshood dropped his email, and it's important that you please fill the feedback form so that you guys can all get connected to him, because your emails will be sent to him, and that's how you guys are going to continue the conversation, and he will see how he can help you develop your brand storytelling. Okay, so I'm dropping the platform again here. I know that we all need attention. That's right. It's very important that we fill the feedback form.
Sorry,
And
where is
I'm
Moshood's
sure that
email?
he dropped his email. Moshood, have you dropped your email?
I'll do it again now.
Okay, so he's doing that. So as he's doing that now, because of our time, I'll just need one person to come off mute and share their key learnings, their key takeaway, just as a way of saying thank you, because it's Wave's way of saying thank you. Share what you've learned, share how you're going to incorporate it going forward, even after this masterclass has ended. So who would like to go? Just sharply, so that we can end
Okay,
this
okay. Can I quickly
masterclass.
say something then?
Yes, you can quickly say something.
All right. I think this masterclass has actually helped me broaden some things. Um, it's kind of work hand in hand with the last masterclass we had. I think that was last week or last week, so I'm not sure. But today's owners, I don't know, maybe because I follow football, it actually helped me to understand how to put myself out there, how to put my brand out there, how to tell more stories about my brand. If you can remember very well, one of the things I said I captured very well in last masterclass was the storytelling aspect. And now it's another thing for we to know, that okay, we have to like tell the story. Now it's another thing for we to know how to tell the story. Now today's masterclass is just like it helps me to know how to tell my story more better, how to put my brand more out there, how to like get people, like I don't know, like is it emotionally, intellectual wise and everything. So it helps me relate more. That's just why I feel like I can connect between today's masterclass and last masterclass. So that's it. Though I still need to finish up on my class with how much should. So that's just it. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Nifemi, for sharing your key learnings. By way of saying thank you. Thank you so much, Moshood, for taking out time from your busy schedule, because I know that you're a very busy person, for coming on this masterclass and even staying, this long with us. Thank you for your knowledge that you've actually put into us, because me too as well, I've learned. I know how to structure my brand storytelling, and maybe once in a while I'll have to do some follow-up. At least I'm lucky I have his WhatsApp phone number, and where I can just easily, access him. So thank you everyone for availing yourselves for this masterclass and staying this long. I hope you found this masterclass interesting. So in the chat box, please, Neye, I can see your email. Moshood has dropped his email address, so you guys please make sure that you copy his email and try to follow up with him. Neye, you drop your email here. Please just fill the feedback form that we've shared on the group chat so that we can follow up from there. So thank you everyone, like I said, for joining the workshop. I hope that you've all had a good time and you've learned a lot from this masterclass. Please please a round of applause for Moshood again, because he has been very awesome. Just a round of applause for him. You can just drop the emoji in the chat box just before we round up. Let's clap for him. I'm clapping for him too as well, because I really enjoyed this masterclass. Okay. I'm seeing Damilola. She's saying thank you. I'm seeing Moru Bumi saying thank you, Damilola. Okay. Thank you so much for dropping your clapping emoji. So with this, we say thank you very much, Moshood. You can drop out now. But please, before you go, maybe like in the next 30 minutes, I would like to have a focus group with alumni. We had a focus group in our last workshop that we had this month, and we want to do another one after this session. Please, if you were in the previous focus group, you don't need to be here. but I'll just need to just hear your inputs. Wave would like to hear from you, and would like to ask you for some questions and hear from you sincerely. So please, you can drop off now. If you're a Wave alumni and you'll be willing to join the next session, which is the focus group, just 30 minutes. Please, you can stay back. If you were in our last focus group, please, you can leave. It's not compulsory because it's questions that you've answered before. Thank you, everyone. So I think I'll just play just a music that we can all vibe to in the next 2 minutes. I think I'll just start the focus group. Thank you once again, Moshood. Looking forward to hearing from you and having more sessions. Yes. So in the next 2 minutes, let them just play music to calm our nerves.
Yeah, you did not respond to my text on WhatsApp for a while.
Your text, okay, I'm so sorry for not. I've been ill actually. I just recovered like this weekend, so I've been unable to walk. But trust me, I'm going to respond to every pending messages that I've had in the past week. I'm sorry about that. Yeah, so if you would like to join our focus group, please stay back. I'm going to play music as a tribute to Mohbad. This is going to be a tribute to Mohbad. In the next 2 minutes, we are going to start our focus group session. Just 30 minutes, please, your time. And I promise that we are going to send you some airtime to support for the data that you spend, or that will be spent, or that has been spent rather. Thank you, everyone. So just listen.
I don't receive my airtime or last time.
It's not possible that you have not received it, because as soon as the session ended, I made sure that everybody, I sent out everybody's names and phone numbers, except you received it, but you did not receive the notification. I made sure I followed up that everybody got their airtimes. It's not possible that you've not received your airtime.
And it's still possible at the same time.
I will check,
Right.
but last time I checked, I made sure that everybody got their airtime, because I sent it. I sent everybody. I think people were over 20 that received airtime. So I'm surprised that you're saying that.
Since we're in the last focus group, I don't need to be in this focus group anymore, right?
Yes, like I said, you don't have to be. If you were in the last focus group, you don't have to be in. So like I said, I'm going to play a song on it as a tribute to Mohbad before we start our focus group session. Thank you, everyone. Please wait behind. If you're Wave alumni, I would like to hear from you. Okay, let me share the song now, and then
waiting be this one like this. Been through many things, many gist. Oh, I still find my peace in all that. Oh, but they do like see me, I know they see. Survivor, me unique, money chaser, faster than a bullet, flying like a rocket. Bad man, we never rest. King of South and the West, faster than a car. Mon fait banissa, faster than a Benz. Oh, you below level, so bad vibes on the ground. Reading my psalm, I'm so biblical. I hate to look at them when they to nigga. They won't say your nigga. They want to turn your teacher before you are man. Oh my nigga, oh my nigga. You go there when I no get ginger. Oh my nigga, say you go there when I no get rubber. Cause my mama be praying for me, say make I get it. Oh my baby, say you go there before my soul.